Yo, what's up, everybody? What's good? Looks like I am live right now. Looks like I'm good to go. Hopefully, you can hear me. What's up, everybody? Thanks for joining us. This is super dope. This is your boy DJ Phanatic Beats at BeatStars, and we have today our Sunday Sounds. I have a really dope guest here, and before I introduce him, got some announcements to make right quick, and hopefully, you're having a really nice, relaxed, blessed Sunday. Thank y'all for hanging out with us and got something special for y'all. So yeah, let's give you this announcement right quick. All right, check it out. If you haven't already, make sure to go follow BeatStars on campus on TikTok. Yes, on TikTok, the official account for student music creators on BeatStars, and for tons of funny content. And don't forget to follow our other two accounts at BeatStars and at Duet Beats. Again, if you haven't, you can follow the BeatStars on campus. It's on TikTok, and the official account for student music creators on BeatStars, and for tons of funny content. And don't forget to follow the other two accounts, BeatStars and Duet Beats. And for opportunities, if you didn't know, new opportunities to be featured on our BeatStars official playlists, live shows, and more are available every day. Don't miss your chance to shine and visit beatstars.world/opportunities for more information. So there we go. I got two announcements for you. Let's get into the show. Really excited for this, man. I'm gonna give you a dope intro, bro. We met actually, I think, at one of the first BeatStars meetups a couple years ago, and he struck me as a very, very cool guy, very talented. He's multi-talented. He's an instrumentalist, which I thought was special as well. I'll let him, tell you what instrument he plays. And also, he's just multi-talented, man. He got some really good music I'm going to share with y'all. And he got a lot of followers, man. So, yeah, I'm glad to be able to show y'all, everybody, his talent, and also just kind of get to know him better, and kind of behind the scenes of who's making all this music and the things he has going on in his career as well. And he has a really good story too. So yeah, welcome to the show. Let me figure out how to do that. Mr. Marvillous Beats, there you are, bro.
Okay, you can hear me? Sound good?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's a little echo.
Turn you down probably a little bit.
Yeah, I might be loud. Yeah.
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah, that's better, man. Thanks for joining us on Sunday Sounds. I appreciate you being a part of it.
It's always a pleasure, speaking with you on these interviews, man. I love it. Always good energy.
Yeah, man. Likewise. There's something I was thinking. Like, let me and before I start, man, shout out to the whole BeatStars fam, for all the content and all the energy that is going out there for the community. Shout out to the big dog Abe and the whole family. I don't want to, because I can say so many names and there's so many talented people here. So shout out to y'all, and I'm really glad to be a part of these shows. The showcase some super talented, good-minded people like yourself, man. So yeah, how you doing, man? Doing all right?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man. I can't complain at all. You know what I'm saying? Given the circumstances of the world right now, and blessed, beyond blessed, man. For real.
Yeah, and man, I told you I'm gonna ask you the hardest questions ever, didn't I?
I know.
I got you sweating already, man. Oh man, that's funny. But yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, I'm sorry, what did you say?
I said, fire them off. I'm ready.
Yeah, like you mentioned being the state of the world it is right now, like how you maintaining as a musician, because and actually before we get into that, what can you let people know where you're from and how you got started with music?
Yeah. So I'm originally from New Rochelle, New York. That's like the first county right outside the Bronx, New York City. So I grew up, did all my school in there. And when I was real young, like 7 years old, my older sister, she started playing violin. And that's the instrument I play. And that inspired me to pick it up. And I just kind of kept doing it, kind of in the background throughout like high school, all the way up. And after my first two tries at college, on my third try, I came out to DC. I went to UDC. While I was out here, I picked the violin back up, and I combined the violin with my beat making. My beat making started back in high school. That's what I was kind of known for real. But I never combined beats and violin until about 2016. So once that happened, it was pretty crazy. And that's pretty much like the super watered down condensed version of where I come from and how I got into music and everything I'm doing now. So yeah, that's pretty much the synopsis of Marvillous Beats right there.
There you go. And how you got your beat producer name? Just kind of curious.
Yo, I just made that drop because my real name is Marville. So people who don't know, my real name is Marville. So Marvill. And then I was just like, I was inspired by the era of, producers like Just Blaze and Swizz Beats and, Ninth Wonder, Jay Dilla, you know what I'm saying? So I felt like the name kind of like reminded me of where I'm trying to go with it as far as the respect in the game. So I said, hey, I'm just going to turn my name into Marvillous Beats. And because it's a unique spelling, I was like, ain't nobody going to have that. So, I just kept rocking with it. And, it's good. It's been great so far.
Yeah, man. Yeah. I like how you incorporated your real name into your producer name. So you kind of have like, that identity within your producer name, which is dope, man. That's awesome how you bring your real self into it in a creative way. You know what I mean? That's already like on a creative mindset. You know what I mean? That you're producing your producer name. You know what I mean?
Great, no.
All right. Let's see. I got some comment. You probably see a bunch of comments up there, but shout out to a lot of people that
anything. I can't see a thing.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm not sure what you would see on that end.
I'm like, I can't see winning. I'm like,
can you see me at all? You see me on the show?
Oh yeah, I see you. Yeah, you good. I see you.
Okay.
I see
okay. Oh, my dungeon.
I see the graphics and everything, but the chat, that there is nowhere to be seen.
Okay, maybe they limit that so that you don't see craziness.
That's a good thing. Yeah, that is a good thing. Let me see, folks.
Yeah. Shout out to Rock 5, man. Yeah, my bad. There's no pre-show music. Thought we'd give you some suspense of silence because sometimes silence can be golden, and it gives you that anticipation. It's kind of like Marvillous. Do you read music?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so kind of like the rest note.
Exactly. You gotta have
there
space,
you go.
Man.
Right. And that space within music is actually really, really special because it gives anticipation. Kind of like when a beat drop, it gets all the way up and it just drops.
Oh, yeah, you gotta build the tension before the drop, man. Every time.
Exactly. Bufo on the beat. What's good, man? That was a dope beat you dropped today on IG, man. It's dope. Really feeling that. So yeah, let's get into some music before I start running away with a bunch of questions because I get really sidechained, man. So sidetrack. Let's see. And when I share your music, you might want to mute yourself, but I'll tell you when.
Okay. Is this like an echo coming through when I talk? I'm gonna just put on my headphones.
No, I don't hear an echo anymore, but you can do headphones if you want. It might be a little better with headphones.
I probably do eventually, some point through this.
Because I don't think you'll be able to hear your music. Well, it might come through your laptop there.
Yeah.
Cool. There we go. This is the Marvillous Beats playlist. And we're just going to start at the top. Is that cool? Let's start at the top.
Sure. And Afro vibes, let's turn up.
Yeah. And this one's called Island Nights. And I know your style. You have a very unique style. So I love to hear everybody's reaction on the type of stuff that he's put together here. So yeah, let's do that. All right. So Marvillous, you might want to mute yourself, man.
I bet I'm going to go ahead and mute that in 3, 2.
Okay. All right, folks, this is Island Nights. Check it out. Bro, is that how you're going to start the show, man? You're going to mute. You can unmute yourself, man. Yo, that is crazy, man.
You
I'm
know, man, I just
vibing
start
with that.
dreaming. Good looking, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. It's cool how you brought up your instrument while you're vibing out to the music you made. Because I was gonna ask you, did you bring the violin? So yeah, that's
Oh
awesome,
yeah,
man.
she is here.
That is dope. And
Thank you.
yeah, I've been seeing like all the public perform. It's for everybody that watches this later or that's here live now. Actually, you get a lot of love, man, from that first track.
Appreciate
But
that. I mean, I can't see y'all, but thank you so much. I appreciate it.
check your display. I think there's an option to show comments if you
Let's
want,
see.
if you
This
feel
is
like
my
messing
first
with
time
that.
up in this joint too. So let me see comments.
Yeah,
Let's see
it's
if it
all
works.
good, man.
Oh, there y'all go.
There you go.
Boom.
And they'll just keep feeding,
Peace,
so
y'all.
don't. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
way
what
you
I
can
was. I said
see.
before. I was like, probably a good thing. I don't want to get distracted.
Yeah.
That's
So
all
if you
good
want to
though.
turn it
Much
off, you
love.
can. But yeah, man, I was thinking like all the public performances you're doing, like you've been working, man, and I see that, and you do a lot of like, it doesn't matter, weddings, corporate events. You did stuff with radio. How is that different? Like, how does that energy compare to you making your music, like
Oh man.
producing wise?
Uh, they don't compare at all. you know, like at all,
Yes.
man. I make music dolo right here in the studio. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm just in the vibe most of the time, unless I'm collabing with other producers or my indie label or the band that I play with, Control Chaos. So when I'm doing these gigs, though, it's very intimate. It's very public. It's very it's entertainment. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it's not like you're not rehearsing. You put on a show. So you gotta be on point. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, I do good business regardless. So I'm just doing beats, or if I'm doing someone's wedding, I'm super about my business. So that's probably the only place they'll compare. And
Mm-hmm.
then of course I got the crossover as far as letting my clients know who I do, birthdays, weddings, and stuff like that. Hey, check me out on this where I'm making beats, where I'm doing covers on YouTube. So they do work in tandem for sure. Um, but I just feel like it's a little bit of a different thing. Sometimes I go into a little bit of a different mindset, when I'm going
Mm-hmm.
into beats, the verse when I'm going in to be of service for someone for a family function. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
I might probably talk way more when I'm like, being a producer versus when I'm on the job. Like you'll get a respectful, greeting, and I say my congratulations and everything like that. But I'm not talking. I'm just playing. You know what I'm saying? I do
Right,
my,
right.
my thing. So I know how to change hats depending on where I'm at.
Yeah. I can totally relate. Being a DJ, so it's still a
There you go. You
performance.
already know.
Yeah,
Right. That's a
and
fact.
it's yeah, and being in person too. I don't know. I think you can get away with not talking as much playing an
Yeah,
instrument.
for sure. The DJ, man. Well, unless they want you to start hosting the event, like you got to be the MC. You know what I'm saying? Like during the
Yeah,
reception at the at the wedding. Yeah, that's
yeah.
what the DJs really got to put in that work. That reception, man.
Oh
Ain't
yeah,
no
man.
game.
It's like a mental balance because you always get a few select individuals that want to talk to you the entire time.
Oh, don't get me started, bro. Don't get me
I'm like,
started, man. I appreciate it all the time. I obviously,
yeah,
what I'm saying, someone loves what you're
love
doing enough to talk to you, but it's like I am kind of at work and I am trying to have a whole violin in my hands.
I do got to remember, that I'm trying to play the song that I've rehearsed.
Right. I haven't exactly mastered having a conversation and playing the violin at the same time. Not yet. So, we'll see. Maybe in a year or so, we'll see.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And we got to team up on something, when COVID kind of disappears and stuff.
Oh, that's long overdue. That's a fact.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's got to
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into the next song because I can talk all day and I'm going to get through every one of your songs you have. How many you have up here? 10?
I think it's 9 or 10. I believe so.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. We'll get through them. And then we'll do like some question and answer. And speaking of that, I think You had a question here. Do you listen to soca and punta? I think that's what punta.
Oh, I listen mostly to Afrobeat. I listen to dance hall. Since my girlfriend is Haitian, I'm getting more into compa, which is the Haitian music, like festival music.
Yeah,
So when it comes to like Afro music, that's probably the three that I'm mainly into. Afrobeat, I'm definitely going way more into, as you can hear.
yeah.
Yeah, I grew up on like Jamaican gospel and reggae. You know, both my parents are from Jamaica, so that's how I grew up there.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. Yeah. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So here's the next one. This is Rodeo.
Yeah,
Y'all let me
let's
know.
turn up.
Let me know what you think of that. And go ahead and mute yourself, Marvelous. All right, check it out, folks. Rodeo. All right, that was Rodeo, and that drop right there was hilarious, man.
I
I
ain't gonna.
tell you.
I'm gonna tap the homie Curtis King for that one, man. He had a video talking about those funny tags like that. Tried it out
Yeah,
and I loved it. It was a funny yo. I love it. I love it now.
yeah, it's funny, man. Because I figured that's where you got it from. Yeah, shout out to Curtis. Man.
Thanks. It was genius. It was genius. I thought it was genius. I was like, nah, gotta do it.
Right, and it was like almost like that trap element. So you were like, let me put let me put this in here. That was funny, man. Um, yeah, for sure. Something. Oh yeah, I shared your entire playlist here in the chat. So for all those that want
Oh,
to
bless.
revisit it and listen to it, feel free. You got a lot of fire emojis and whatnot. People feeling it.
Appreciate that. Y'all. Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
And what artists can you hear on that, Marvelous?
Definitely Lil Uzi. Let me think Drake for sure.
Yeah,
Um
yeah, I can hear Uzi on it. Yeah, I can hear
yeah,
Uzi.
I think that's like the inspiration when I first made it. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking Uzi Drake for sure.
And the diamond in his head as well. You think it'll kind of?
Yeah, I just he hears this and start glowing and stuff, start glowing, start shooting laser beams from it and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I think that'll
We
work
should like
great.
incorporate that in one of his shows, like have like one of the light guys like shine something at his head and like does like this crazy like hologram. That would be so crazy. That would be so sick.
What I saw some memes of what's the Marvel character?
Yes. The Vision dude. Yes.
Vision. Yeah, Vision. Yeah.
I saw that, Drew. I was dying, man. They said when I see
Yeah.
Uzi, yeah, internet crazy, undefeated. Internet stay undefeated, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they should he should partner with Marvel and do a whole, marketing collaboration.
Hell yeah. There
Have
you go. There you go. Alley hoop. Okay.
That's hilarious, man. Oh man. Yeah, they were saying they can hear like a French rapper on that too. I can hear that
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that'd be
because
fire.
yeah, because your instrument is like very popular in France. That's the
Right.
violin. I think it
Mm-hmm.
is originated from
France,
France. To be honest, if
from
I'm not
Italy.
mistaken. Oh, Italy. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Some
school
people might
people.
say though historically it might be some people say originally it might come from China, but that's the only I guess the only some what's the word I'm looking for? The only conflict contradicting thing about the history of it. Some people say China, some people say Italy, but most texts will say Italy, so I'll go with Italy.
Okay.
And the first one was actually a viola. That was the first one, which is like a little lower in tone than a violin, and then the violin came after the viola.
Yeah, the viola is one of my favorite instruments, just because of the tone of it. That's one of my
Yo,
favorite.
they sound beautiful. Violas and trellos, I think, sound
Yeah.
amazing, like amazing. Like in
Now,
my
what's
band,
a
man, we have a trellis and a viola player, and they're stellar. I love listening to them play.
and can you share like with the people here in the video what is a trello?
Oh, a cello is like
Oh, cello. Oh, I thought you said trello. Yeah,
oh
cello.
yeah, my
Okay.
bad, cello.
Yeah, that's my
Yeah,
fault.
it's my New York accent, I guess.
Yeah, cello. Isn't that the one that sits on the ground? The bigger one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, when you see it sits on the ground and you're sitting down and you're playing. Well, they got the electric cellos now where you can stand up and you like.
yeah.
Thing.
I've
Those are the
seen
fire.
those.
Those are the
I was.
fire.
It's crazy how technology connects with instruments. Because I remember when violin was never electric. Like
You know,
that's
it's crazy. It's funny you say that because for as long as I was playing violin, I didn't know that either. And then I don't know what day it happened. I can't really remember, but I remember the first time I saw it. Must have been in high school, and it like blew my mind. I was like, "What? You can play a violin like a guitar, kind of?" I'm like, "Oh, that is crazy." And then
yeah.
saying that years later, then my girlfriend got me my first electric violin up by surprise on my birthday, and that changed everything.
How long ago was that?
Okay. So I
The hardest
moved to
questions
DC.
ever.
I'm not thinking about too much. I moved to DC in 2013. I think it was 2014. I got that. Yeah, I think it's 2014. Yeah, she got me the white one that most people started to see me playing first.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a beautiful gift, man. Beautiful
bro,
gift.
bro.
And very, very thoughtful woman. So yeah, that's
Oh, yeah,
awesome, man.
she is A1.
Yeah. That's beautiful, man. Yeah, like I used to play in orchestras as well, like through high school and middle school and all that.
Wait, have you told
And
me that? I don't think you ever told me that.
oh, I didn't tell you? My
I
bad,
don't think
bro.
you ever told me
I played for 8 years in an orchestra.
Yeah, bro, you never told me that. That's
I wasn't just a DJ. Yeah, man, my bad.
Hey, and you played what? What did you play?
I started out with trumpet. Then I'm all brass. So then I went with trombone
I
for a
can
little
see.
bit, mostly baritone for like forever, and then I did tuba for a couple years.
Oh,
So I
okay.
was,
You speak wind instruments, man. That was the thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
man, yeah,
Okay.
brass, yeah,
Brass.
loud as brass. Yeah, man. I always like appreciate string. I like the whole orchestra, man. I being classic, playing like classical music and all those things. It was fun, man. But this is not about me. It's about you, man. So
Hey, man, you're part of the family. You in orchestras. You know. I always say you're part of the family. You play anything in orchestras, you're part of the family, man.
hey, there we go. That's what's up. So is it tedious to maintain? Is it tedious to maintain a violin? Bufo on the beat.
So that's a question. Yo, I sat on my violin yesterday. I'm dead. I sat on my violin and I
You
broke
break
the
it.
bridge. I like this. Just it didn't like break, but the bridge just came out of place, and I got up like, oh, and then I had to just unstring it and loosen the strings, pick up back the bridge, tighten it again. So I mean, when little things like that happen, yeah, it could be it could be a problem. But I think one of the most annoying and common things about a violin is temperature change. So if you're keeping it in your room and it's directly under the heat, next time you pick it up, it's going to be out of tune. You leave it in your car overnight, you get to it, it's going to be out of tune. So you're going to be always tuning it all over again. And then like any other string instrument, these strings start to get a little stripped and uncoiled. So you got to change the strings. And most beginners, when they're playing violin, have a very hard time changing strings because the tension is actually kind of difficult to play with. And a lot of times when younger kids, they don't have the finesse to not go too hard with tuning it, and they pop the strings every time they try to tune it. So
Yeah, like a guitar. Yeah.
exactly.
I got you. And that reminds me of like when I first started DJing, when you drop the needle on the record. If you don't have finesse, you're
Oh,
gonna
right.
destroy it. And needles are expensive for record players. Yeah,
Man. I
man.
got a little taste of that. I mean, I'm not a DJ or nothing, but when I got the
Yeah,
USB turntable and I was trying to sample off vinyl, yeah, I got
yeah.
a little taste of that trying to drop it, and I was like, "Oh, this
Yes,
is
sir.
crazy."
Especially if you got the volume all the way up on your speakers, and then you
Oh,
put
that's fun.
yeah, yep, yeah. And you know what? I finally got, man. Do you have any merch at all? Like, are you doing merch on your BeatStars
Hey,
account?
I'm actually wearing exclusive piece right now. It's the Marv
Oh,
tie hoodie. You know what I'm
that's
saying?
sick.
Yeah, I had the tie-dye shirts out for a minute, so I got the hoodie popping now. Literally just dropped this joint like 2 weeks ago. So if you go to my website, marvbeats.com/merch, you can literally buy this right now. And some
That's
other really cool
awesome.
stuff. Thank you. Appreciate that, man.
And is that incorporated in your BeatStars account, or just on your website? Or?
Just on my website right now,
Okay.
but that's definitely gonna get migrated over to all the good stuff.
It's cool, man, because I
Appreciate that.
finally got my hat going on. You know what I'm saying? And got
Oh
my
yeah, I
mug.
peeped it. I was like, oh, okay, well,
Yeah, finally, man. Can't even
that's what's
see
up,
it.
man.
Yeah,
I need me a
finally.
mug, man. I need me a studio mug. Thanks for
Yeah,
reminding me, yo. I
there you
need one.
go. Yeah, that's why we're here, man. Keep you on point. But yeah, I'm
There you
digging
go.
the merch.
Oh, appreciate that, y'all. Go ahead and cop the joint, man. We out here. This is
All
like
right, so
summertime
here,
vibes, even though
say it again.
I say this is like a little bit like springtime, summertime vibes, but it's cool if you in one of those like cooler places like Maryland where it's snowing one day and 70 degrees in 2 days. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, don't worry. The sun's coming out. I can tell it'll get warmer because the sun's out today. It'll get warmer, but be
Mm-hmm.
careful because just because the sun comes out doesn't mean that COVID's not still out there. Please
Boom.
don't. Yeah, don't be ignorant and going outside and hanging out with no mask on and
Oh,
going
I
to the
got
club.
masks. I got Marv masks, and I got the tie-dye mask to match actually on the merch website. No lie. Go check it out. Got the
I got
masks.
masks too, so
There we go. Let's get it.
all right, yeah. All right. No, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Well, someone did ask a question about marketing stuff. We'll get into that later. Let's play some more music. So the next one is Trickle Effect. I got an Anderson Paak, Mac Miller. Well, okay, it got a vibe to it. So y'all check it out. Here it is, Trickle Effect. All right, that's just too good, bro. I had to stop that.
Yo, that drum always get my head going.
Yeah,
I'm like, man, whew.
the vibes on that, man. Yeah, I love
I
that beat.
appreciate that.
I like the lazy drums, like the openness of it, the swing to it, the relaxed feel to it. The drums definitely get me, and I think it's a guitar sample. Is that dun, 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 dun?
Yeah,
Is that a
yeah. So I laid that down, got that joint, and then put my violin over that. Oh,
excellent job, man. Excellent job. Like, how important is it to keep your violin in tune with,
so important.
You
As
put
far
that
as
through
like,
auto tune?
no, I actually don't know. I probably should more, but I
was
will
just
literally
thinking.
sit down and I'll do like, it depends on the type of like part I'm trying to play, because I mean for sure I do like 20 takes per like part, you know what I mean? And like, cause like I might get it on tune, it might be on time, but I just don't like how I played it. So I'll keep doing it over and over until the feeling is right. So I sometimes can take forever making a beat with a violin on it. And as far as playing, keeping it in tune is important, because if all the strings aren't perfectly in tune every time you go back and play, your fingering has to shift, and it gets annoying trying to like fix the error of your bad tuned instrument as you play. So it's like, nah, you don't want to do that. That's too much work. So just always start with a well-tuned instrument and going.
Yeah, man. Do you ever get arthritis? Like, because my boy, he played bass for like a couple bands and whatnot, and he went on a lot of tours, and he ended up locking up his hand with all the chords and stuff he's playing. You good? Like, you ever have to do like he used to use those stress things? Yeah.
I'm like rubbing my hand as I think about it.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
it's just.
I'll explain it. So if I haven't played for a long time, of course, just like anybody who doesn't go to the gym for a long time gets back in it, your hands get very sore. A lot of my hand injuries came from athletics, not even violin. So like playing violin sometimes agitates my shoulder, which I dislocated playing football, and my finger, which I dislocated playing soccer, and like my wrist, which I sprained while skateboarding. You know what I mean? So it's
God, man.
So there's good techniques, running your hand under hot water, that kind of thing. Sometimes when I was going through physical therapy for those injuries, they were telling me like, yeah, maybe you should, here's like a warm up routine you should probably do before you start playing and stuff.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I've not experienced any like arthritis type of thing, but I'm well aware that down the line that could be an issue. So probably another, I guess talk for another question. But as far as opening up the brand beyond violin and thinking, beyond it, if that ever has to happen. I mean, I hope I can play till I'm like, 70. So,
Yeah, man. And there's
we'll see.
70-year-old violin
Oh
players,
yeah, oh
so
yeah.
that are beasts. So
Sure.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
monsters,
yeah,
monsters, man.
yeah, man. You're like, yo. Well,
Yeah.
a lot of them are session musicians that play in like
Oh my gosh. Actually,
big movie
why am I
films.
forgetting his
Yeah.
name? Oh my god, why am I forgetting his name? Okay, super famous violinist. This dude can barely walk, man. Barely walk. But as soon as he sits down, gets himself set, and picks up that violin, you couldn't tell. I mean, obviously, don't play violin with your feet, but he's like hobbled over. He's slow, but he picks up that violin.
He's a different person.
Life, different person. I'm like,
Yeah, yeah, that's the
crazy.
spirit right there, man. That's what
Yeah.
music does. Yeah, that's beautiful. Cloud9 Music, thanks, man. He's saying I got some good questions, so I'm doing my job
Yeah, you
right.
killing it,
Appreciate
man.
you, bro.
You was in line, man. You got me thinking over here.
We're not done yet, man. Nah, I'm messing with you, bro.
I'm here.
All right, let's.
I'm here.
Oh man, we're pretty far in. So let me get through some music so we can share with the audience here. So the next one, let me actually share my screen correctly. Next one here is Game Time. Check it out. There we go. That's Game Time, and it almost looks like the artwork looks almost like that show called The Game. I don't know if you remember when they had it. Yeah. And that would be perfect, like, song or instrumental for that show, man. That would be perfect.
Man.
That
joint, like Pooj, like his name is, and the character's name I think was Melanie, one of the Maori twins. I think was on that joint.
Oh yeah, I always miss that.
Yeah.
There's something I was gonna say. Dang, I forgot. But yeah, do you mix your own beats, Marvillous?
Yep, mix all my own beats.
Yeah, that was mixed really well. That sounds really like clean, and I like that little triplet thing you did with the kick and 808. I love triplets.
That was my own little. Look, I appreciate it. That means a lot, especially the mix. Like, I take a lot of pride in trying to, get my mix right. A lot.
Yeah, and someone mentioned earlier about beat tapes. Do you have any like beat tapes out or instrumental tapes?
Yeah, absolutely. If you just type Marvillous Beats on Spotify, Tidal, Bandcamp, pretty much every streaming website, I have my debut violin beat tape called Classical Hustle that came out like 3 years ago. That's on there. And just also like singles, like beats that I make. I have them out as singles too, so you can go on there and hear all the fire.
There we go. I told y'all he's putting in work, man. I told y'all he's been working. So Machine Smith says, I bet Dr. Dre would love to have this dude on his team.
Man, I would love to work with Dr. Dre. You kidding me? What?
Dr. Dre, where you at, bro?
That's what I'm saying, man. Tune in, tap in, man. Tap in.
You're one of my favorite producers, actually. And you know what? Actually, hopefully he's okay, man. You heard any updates on his health at all? Because I remember he had
was the post from like Kendrick saying that he was good or something like that. You know what I'm saying? That's after I saw that, I was like, all right, let the man rest, and you know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah, I noticed it kind of fizzled out of social media and stuff. So yeah, hopefully he's okay.
Which
man.
I'm assuming is a good news, I guess, because
Right, exactly. So yeah, let's get into the next one because we can talk forever. Let's
Oh yeah, this next one is the one that won the Tracklib Trizzy track battle back in January. So this is the first place beat right here.
All right, so you did a intro for the beat. Talk on that, Marvillous Beats. Like you did a challenge, right? It was for Trizzy.
Yeah, so Trizzy track, the finger drumming legend on Instagram. He hosts one of the Tracklib competitions. Tracklib, y'all don't know. It's an amazing website for people to go and sample music, beautiful, music that you always want to sample, legally and pay a small fee. So it's a beautiful website, and they hold competitions. So they was doing Trizzy track 1. That's the sample. I did it, and that was my first place. I've done I think 3 or 4. I got second place once, but that was my first place one. So that happened just last month. So let's play that joke.
Wow! Congratulations, man! Congrats on that, bro.
Man. Appreciate that.
You got first place on this next beat. Is that correct? You got first place on this next beat?
Yep. First place right here.
Wow, so you know it's a banger already. And for clarification, TrackLib has already cleared samples. These are, you know, basically I think you're paying for a license for already cleared samples.
Mm-hmm.
Just to clarify, because some people kind of get confused about, how they, present the
Oh,
samples
okay.
and stuff.
So just be
Yeah,
real cut and dry. They have a immense catalog of stuff that they are legally can be licensed to producers like ourselves.
right, right.
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. This is Drill Sound, the first place. Let's get it.
Yeah, good looking on the repost, yo. Good looks. Super
Yeah,
appreciate it.
man. Yeah, I got you, man. I got you. That's what I was laughing at. I'm like, yo, reposting mad music, man. So just to show love, man.
Thank you,
Um,
man.
and speaking of that, it's funny because SSPK Beats just said I just reposted this. Yeah,
Oh,
it's
someone
dope,
trusted
man.
that? Oh, yo, good looking. Yo. I appreciate that. That's love. Thank you.
Yeah. And speaking of that, how important is it to show support to other producers?
Man, it's super important because number one, what goes around comes around in anything in this universe for sure, energetically. And number two, we gotta show that each other, I'm saying, that this is a community. Like there's more than enough out here for everybody. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like because I feel like what we need to head towards anyway is some kind of union regardless. So we gotta start the culture now of being like, being a community. Real talk. So there's plenty. I don't care how many followers you got. If you got something hot, like there's this 14-year-old producers on Instagram that I'll DM like, yo, that was fire, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I let people know. Like I have no problem with that.
Yeah, and on BeatStars, we got a lot of younger producers around, 14 up to
Yeah.
17 that are just killing it. And I'm like, how the hell did you make that, man?
Thanks. Oh
Yeah,
man.
what program you using, bro?
I went to
Yeah.
a beat battle one time, dude, and this 14-year-old producer, he had his dad there for him because he wasn't even old enough to get into the club. So his dad was up there playing the beats for him, man, and he ended up getting like second place.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, the most crazy thing I've seen, yo. I was like, oh, that
Yeah.
is dope.
And it's interesting that you say that. Did you come to the last? I hate to put you on the spot. Did you come to the last BeatStars meetup last year? It was actually Abe came, and it was at Omega Studios in
Yeah,
Maryland.
I got up there.
You
I
were there,
spoke.
right?
Yeah, I got up there and I got I forgot what question I asked y'all, but I got up there and I was like, yeah, Marvillous Beats, I play violin, was good. Like
You were there. That's right. My bad.
I'm
I'm a
actually in
little
the
old
picture.
sometimes.
If you go to BeatStars Live, when y'all first dropped the website, I was in the picture, like on the first page, like when BeatStars Live came on. It's the whole big
Oh,
picture of us.
yeah, that's the BeatStars World
Oh, BeatStars
site.
World, that's what it was. BeatStars
Yeah,
World, right. I
yeah,
remember when y'all dropped that website. I was like, oh, they used the picture from the. I was in the front.
exactly. Yeah, man.
Man,
I hate to toot my own horn, but I put in a lot of work to help organize that. Man, it came out
I bet
great.
you did, man. Yo, you put in a lot of work just for this network for the DC, like for real, man. Like, mad respect to you, man. Seriously.
Hey, appreciate that, man. I'm putting that in the chat right now so people can go to the beatstars.world. And this is where a lot of our playlists and opportunities are. I think there's some job announcements there as well. So, yeah, there's a lot of content. I just posted that in the chat. And that picture actually is the meetup we're talking about right now. That was the last one right before COVID, I think.
Paper for
And
code, yeah. Woo.
yeah,
Right.
and we were over capacity. We couldn't fit everybody in that shot,
I
actually.
got lucky to even get a seat when I got there.
Yeah. Oh, you came. Yeah. Because I don't know. It was a lot of people, so it was hard to see,
It
and
was a
all the lights
ton,
are in
man.
my
I
face.
don't think you saw me until I got up and probably started talking for real.
Yeah.
He's working on the panel, with Abe and everybody, and I think Abe gave the floor open for a conversation, and I asked a question. I forgot what I was asking about, but yeah, I remember that jump. Yeah, it was lit. It was cool. It was super cool. I loved it.
Yeah. I'm glad you were able to come and get something out of it. And I'm looking at the picture now. It's so funny. I'm right in the center, then in the back because I'm short.
Right
I'm mad short. Yeah. All right, so let's play some more music. We got a little sidetrack, but yeah, let's get into some more music. The next one, Let's see here. Where are we at? The Reason, Soul Sample, Boom Bap Smooth. Okay, so check it out. This is The Reason right here on Sunday Sounds. Check it out by Marvillous Beats. I'm done. I'm done. I had to stop it, man. That's too much heat. I'm gonna listen to this later, man, off camera. You know. Oh
Hey,
my
man, that's that
god,
jam.
yo, that is joint. That's the joint right there, man. I really like the
Mm.
musicality of it, and it's the freedom. You know, there's a lot of freedom in that track. That is a monster. Uh,
Thank you, man.
yeah, man. See, I told y'all, yo, chat is going crazy. If you want to pull that up, man. Thank y'all for
Oh,
all
please,
the
please.
positivity and support. A6 Giddy
Thank you.
says Nas featuring Kanye. I can definitely hear that, man.
I can
I can
hear
hear
that.
Nas.
Oh, oh yeah.
And
Nas is one of my favorite rappers of all time too. So I appreciate that.
yeah, man. That's Nas is on my top five. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
he speaks to me different, like lyrics and all that,
Way
man. So,
different, man.
and he,
Mm.
yeah, and his rawness, the real, like he's just real, man. Talking about his
Poetry's real.
experiences. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's like a poet, man. He's crazy. Uh let's see. Hammers.
Look, yo, shout out to Bufo on the beat, man. Appreciate you, dog.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Bufo, man, for joining these lives, man, and also just checking out the Sunday Sounds as well, man. I see you in the community. Just keep working, man. Really appreciate you being a positive impact. There's something else I was gonna say because, like, when I listen to the music, all these thoughts come to mind. Something that we didn't mention. I think you have a group, right? You're in a band.
Yeah, so I have two. So I have my band and I have my label. My label's 39th Records, and that's my brother, my blood brother, Len Lama, and then my best friend, my right hand man, Jesse Scott. They're back in New York, and we kind of help administer each other's catalogs, that kind of thing, share percentages. And then I have my band who I met out here in DC. That's led by the drummer Jonathan Foots Livos, and I played with them all around DC. We had our debut album dropped last year, and we're actually working on our next album now. And my band is actually nominated for DC Whammy, which is essentially the Grammys for DC, and we're nominated in 6 categories for like R&B, best band, soul. So it's exciting. They're gonna announce the winners in like 2 weeks for Whammy.
Oh,
So it's
really? Oh, that's
yeah,
soon. Okay.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. Congratulations on that, man.
Thank you, thank you.
What's the name of your band? You didn't mention the name of it.
Oh, Controlled Chaos. That's Controlled Chaos with K's, 2 K's. So Control with a K and Chaos with a K.
And who named the band?
I would say Foots did. He definitely did. It was his vision. And when he brought the name up to me, I was just like, yo, I mess with it, man. I like it. I love it. I was like, let's
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
it.
I love it too, man. Because when I saw it, I was like, Control Chaos. That's dope. That's dope. What do they call it? A double entendre, I think, or
Yeah,
that's what it is.
yeah,
Monopoly.
yeah.
Either
Not,
way, yeah.
I think it's double entendre. Yeah, yeah. Or
We'll look it up later.
hey, we're musicians, not English teachers. All right.
Thank
Grammar
you.
rock, man.
Somebody put in the chat if you want to think about it. So something else you did that I thought was so dope. In the area, they were trying to stop public performances for bands in Washington D.C. area, and I saw a video of you. I wish I could share it here, but there's a video of you rocking out. I think it was with your band and some other musicians. Can you speak a little bit about that experience and like what was it all about?
Yeah. Well, let me clear that little part up as far as who I was playing with. That part wasn't Control Chaos. It's funny. That band was actually a whole nother band called The Unknowns. That's literally their name. And the one who kind of orchestrated and masterminded that whole thing was Malik Dope Drummer. If you're not familiar with Malik Dope Drummer, he was recently on America's Got Talent. He got pretty far. That's like my right hand man. Like
Shout
my
out, bro.
right hand man, yo. So
Yeah.
it was a huge thing. I'm a street performer. That's a lot of how I came up in DC, playing violin to my beats on the street. Malik, he had already been, made a staple. He's like the man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
shout out to Malik, man. Yeah, I
big shout out
ran
to
into
that
him
man.
a couple times. Yeah, I ran into a couple
Oh
times.
yeah,
Yeah.
good dude. So there was a huge situation in DC with which I believe was stemmed from a lot of the gentrification, people coming from outside, coming to live in DC, but not wanting to be part of like not embracing the culture, which is very musical, go street musicians. And there is a sound ordinance that was being I guess issued in court where they want to essentially ban street music at a certain volume, though. I think that's what they tried to, I guess, kind of find a middle ground. It's like, hey, we're not really trying to take it all away, but you want to keep your volume down. But that's an easy way for them to come in. And I think the proposed level was like ridiculously low. It was like basically trying to pseudo, cancel it out. So in an effort to protest, we went out there. And we got together and we played. And it wasn't just one event. It was a few that kind of led up to it. But this one became so big because the Shiggy challenge was going down. But and we did a cover of the Shiggy, the Drake song with Shiggy dancing.
Okay.
My feelings. I think it was. It went viral. Malik. He's jumping off a van and then jumping.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, y'all going crazy. Yeah.
He was going crazy. I'm on the violin, doing my thing, and the band and the guitar, the drums, they're going off. So it's this whole thing that's just super dope. And it went viral, and we ended up going on Fox 5 DC and replaying it. And that was like, yeah. And it was a crazy experience. And they had a whole interview, and then the ordinance ended up getting thrown out. They didn't push it through. So it was legendary, man. To have been, for me to be, not from DC and to come in, be invited by people from DC, be accepted by people from DC, and then to be part of making an impact like that is, man, I can't even put it into words, man. I really can't. It's just amazing. Man.
You got the your stripes. You earned your stripes for that. You got welcomed in. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Sure. Thank you. And congrats on that. Because I wasn't sure how that ordinance ended. Sometimes I got to tune out because politics can be crazy, man.
Oh yeah, it can be a lot, man. It can weigh on you, and both of us are new parents, so So I get it.
Yes, sir. And we'll talk about that in the closing questions about parenting and stuff, and the balance of music and whatnot. And congrats, on the little one too.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So let's share I think we got 3 more. So let's go 2 more. Scroll up. Here we go. This is Scroll Up by Marvillous Beats. I was about to ask you, who do you hear on that? But I see your tags here. Yeah, I can hear them on that. And actually, I can hear them on that. That's a little more, right? A little more mature for them. But yeah, I can hear them on that.
Hey, that beat's there for them when they're ready, when they're mature.
Real clean mix on that, man. It's just vibes on that, and I think the piano, those just two or three chords that. Yeah. That's what makes that for me. Yeah, that's definitely dope. It's funny how like I was thinking. What I was going to ask you. There's so many questions I want to ask you, but I want to stay under time because I get to talking, man. So yeah, let's play the next beat. It's called Maestro Drip, and y'all check it out. Marvillous Beats. That's dope, man. It sounded like you were flexing on that one. It was almost like you had the violin, and you're like, yeah, let me just do a solo over this beat.
Yeah. That's why, honestly, I was surprised when it got picked up. I was just like, I feel like nobody's gonna find a space on it, but somebody was like, nah, I need this. Yeah, I see that. Yeah, that's dope, man. You might want to change your pricing, like take it off from sale if it's sold already. True. Oh, you know what it is? When BeatStars lets you edit everything in a batch, like if you want to change the price for everything, so I think that's what happened. I gotta,
Oh yeah. It's all good. Yeah, I'm glad I caught that for you. So yeah, just change that one track. Yeah. And you know what? We ran into each other at my memory's coming back. We ran into each other at the Advice tour So shout out to Kato.
Oh
Kato
yeah,
on the
yo, that
track.
was so crazy when I ran into you. Yeah, that was dope. I was like, yo, my man put in work, yo. My
Oh
man
yeah.
DJ Phanatic don't play.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was mad late, and I worked all day. I
Yeah,
remember
I
it,
remember that.
and it was pouring raining to get there. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna go. I
Experience
don't
for
care.
sure.
Yeah, man. What track did you play there? Was it part of this playlist? I'm just curious.
Oh
Because
yeah,
Kato was really
I did.
excited.
Yeah, I think it was Maestro Drip, the one we just played. That was one, and that's probably why I came
Okay.
back to you. I think that
Okay.
was
Yeah,
one of
yeah.
them. Yeah, and then I also played Rodeo, which is the second one we played. I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I played Rodeo, and I played the one we just played. That's crazy how that beat reminded you. That is so crazy.
Yeah, yeah, because it like came back to me, because
That's
I
so
was
crazy.
I was like, yeah, I think I know where I heard that before.
I know this.
Yeah. Um, yeah, there's something else I was going to ask you, but yeah, it'll come back to me. So here's the last beat. This is Mercy by Marvillous Beats on Sunday Sounds. And before I play that, I forgot. Let me not butcher our announcements again. Let me share the announcements again that I said at the beginning. If you haven't already, make sure you go follow BeatStars on campus on TikTok. Yes, we're on TikTok, the official account for student music creators on BeatStars, and for tons of funny content. And actually, I saw some funny stuff on there. Don't forget to follow us on our other two accounts at BeatStars and Duet Beats on TikTok. And also the new opportunities to be featured on BeatStars official playlists, live shows like this, and more are available every day. Don't miss your chance to shine at beatstars.world/opportunities for more information. And that's actually what beatstars.world. That's what I put in the chat earlier for those that, are not familiar with it. So make sure you check that out because that's, our other site. And there's a lot of content on there, a lot of opportunities, and don't miss out on opportunities. I can't stress enough how important it is to keep putting yourself out there and keep, getting out of your comfort zone and just make that part of your to-do list, your task to get into these opportunities and submit. It helps broaden your reach for more fans, helps push you as an individual, as a musician, and helps get you further than where you are right now by, constantly being consistent with these opportunities. Do you agree, Marvillous Beats?
Absolutely, 100%.
Cool, man. My bad for my tangent. So, here's Mercy by Marvillous Beats. The last but not least, bro. I don't even have to hear anymore. That's a monster.
Good looking, man. Yeah, that's one of my favorite ones actually that I've made in recent history.
Yeah, man. Yeah, Schoolboy Q. Interesting pick for that. Yeah, yeah. He sounds dope on
Eat
that.
that up, man. You kidding me? That gonna be
Um,
crazy.
you know that Man of the Year, that
Yes,
energy on that
bro.
beat. That's
Yes.
where he can put that energy on this beat. Yeah, yeah. Mercy.
You already know about. You already see the vision.
Yeah, man, that Man of the Year song. I used to play that. That was the song for me when I was DJing. Like when I wanted to just play me and like this is my year. I don't know. It's just the energy. That beat is so hard. Whoever produced
The
that,
beat is crazy, man.
yeah,
Crazy.
yes.
I was listening to the original sample of that beat, and I was just like, man, what a flip. What a flip.
Oh, I didn't know it was a sample. Okay, yeah.
That's just a sample, man. It's crazy. You gotta hear it, and you'll hear the flip. You always think it's even better, honestly.
Yeah, man, I got to listen to that actually today. And before I listen to that, I wanted to hear Drill Soul one more time. And I'd never done this on the show before, so I got to hear this again. I think this is the one, right? The one I was vibing on. Yeah, let's check it out.
Yeah.
Drill Soul. Was it this one?
It's probably the reason.
What was it?
Yeah.
What was it?
It was the reason. I think the one just under Drill Soul. Yeah. I think it was that
Okay.
one with the vocal samples in it. Yeah.
Gotcha. The reason. Yeah, that wasn't that one, but that's a monster as well. See, I like a lot of your music, man. The one with the loose drums, like the lazy drums, the relax. I think it was I forgot which one. I think you're muted, Marvillous. You got mad music that I like. Which one was it?
You was vibing out to so many that I forgot, but the lazy drums one, you was right. It's Trickle Effect. It's definitely Trickle Effect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
the lazy drum swing one is Trickle Effect. Yeah. I
Let's
remember
play
you
that
found
one.
out the reason though. I was like, oh nah, I thought it was the reason.
No, the reason that's a monster, man. I'm shocked nobody picked that up exclusively. Yeah, that's a monster.
Hey, you never know. The right person will come along eventually.
Right. They do. They watching the show. All right, here it is right here.
Thanks,
Triple effect. Let's play it one more time. All right, that is enough. I can go over time replaying like half of his beats, maybe 700. That is Marvillous Beats on Sunday Sounds. Really appreciate the love. Machine Smith said that's right with
Good
a
luck. Appreciate you,
volcano
Machine. Thank you.
emoji. Bufo on the beat says the rim is money.
Oh
Basically
yeah,
at
that rim.
ringside.
I don't remember what pack that was from, man. Good looking though. Appreciate that.
Yeah, that one speak like you got some monsters in here, man. Thank you for being open to being on the show and sharing your music. You know, a lot of people, don't take opportunities and they don't put themselves out there because they're scared people like, might trash your music or, it's definitely, something that you develop over time,
Yeah,
like constantly
absolutely.
doing stuff. And I'm sure you can relate because, when you first started doing your violin shows in the beginning, I know it was tough,
Mhm.
man.
It was
You just
super
got all
rough.
these people staring at you. You're hitting wrong notes. You're
Oh,
sweating.
Roy, I can't even watch some of them old videos, man. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah. Oh,
But nah,
and you got
thank
it
you
on
for having
video.
me. It was an honor, absolute honor, man, absolute honor.
Yeah, for sure, man. We got open for questions now. I went a little over time, but I realized the countdown actually was a couple minutes, so I'm doing really good. So if you guys and gals want to ask some questions for Marvillous Beats, please shoot away, and I will try to get to everybody's questions within time. But yeah, there was a question that I was going to mention earlier about balancing real life and music. And like we're both new fathers. How old is your little one?
She is now 1 year and 2 months. 1 year and 2 months.
Oh, yeah, ours is 2 years. Oh man, see, you can tell I'm a new dad. November is her birthday, so she's over 2 years old now. So yeah,
Okay,
so you're right behind
you've
me.
been in the
Yeah,
ground a little longer. Okay, man, work life. It definitely helps a lot to have a really great partner, a really great, mother, your child for sure. I've been lucky because I purposely designed my life. I'm talking back when I was like 20, 19, so I'm turning 30 in like 3 weeks. So even back
yeah.
then,
Happy
man,
early birthday, bro. Happy early
thank
birthday.
you. I appreciate it, man. It's crazy.
Yeah,
20s are over. But yeah,
trust me,
man,
I
back
took
when I
30
was
very hard. I took 30 extremely hard in Miami. So
Oh
yeah,
wow. I'm about to do it probably hopefully everything works out in Mexico. Hopefully that's what happens. So yeah,
uh,
man. I purposely was like, look, I want to have a job where I can work from home because I know I kind of want to be home when I'm having a family. And that helps cut into or take away from spending money on, childcare and stuff like that. And lucky for me, it happened. Like it literally happened. And like I can be home like every day during the week while, my lady, she's in doctorate school about to finish up her doctorate in physical therapy. She can go do that. And, what I'm saying? Like, on weekends, I do my weddings and I do my, stuff. And at night times on the weekdays, I go out to the studio and rehearse with the band and do those kind of things. So I was very lucky to have that. But there's definitely it's definitely hard. You're taking away from some of your sleep for sure. I'll be up at night to like 3:30, 4 a.m. knowing I got to be up at like 7:30 to help in the morning. Sometimes it catches up to you like every 3 days and you crash. But
oh yeah, and the older you get, it's tougher. Trust me. The
um,
older you get,
that's
you'll
why
feel
right
it.
now my new goal is okay. I got the living style how I want. Now my new goal is to like really pick up on creating passive income. You're not even just music. It's just everything from financial, just general financial literacy in stocks and more assets. Taking the money that and the brand essentially that I'm creating with music and using that to set the foundation for later down the road. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I
it's
got
tough,
you.
but
And you're a very business oriented guy. And I noticed that you have an LLC. Like, not many
Mhm.
producers decide to take that step. Like, why'd you choose to do that, and how difficult was it or challenging, if so?
I feel like I've always, like you said, I'm always business minded. I actually have an associate's degree in business, and I did that because when I was doing the research and looking into what I really wanted to do, and I was facing. I think one of the reasons I did make that LLC too was kind of like the me closing the door on pursuing an architecture career, because I did that LLC right around the time I was about to take my GRE. I remember sitting down and thinking to myself, okay, I finally did what my mom asked me to do. I finally finished this dang bachelor's degree. And, my professor, I actually graduated at the top of my class too. So my professor's like, yo, like, are you going to continue and go to grad school and complete it? Or are you going to stick to doing music? You know what I'm saying? And that was a year I had just performed in front of a sold out crowd with Wale. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
yeah,
like the biggest sign to me in the world that, just do what you want to do. You've earned it now. So I said, okay, if I want to do this for real, I need to go make this LLC, because I know I'm going to be doing things like performing live and making beats. And I wanted to have my brand be something real, I guess, and be professional about it. So I did my research and I figured that the LLC was the best thing for me to do. So I did it. And it was the best decision, honestly, I've ever made. Like, ever made. I don't regret it for a second. Like, I do my taxes every year. I do it properly, pay my Maryland dues. And, it actually helped out a lot. I'll even get a little personal with the pandemic being able to get certain things like a PPP loan because I have a business, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like that, at the time it did come through, was like, wow, it was amazing. And I couldn't be exposed to that if I didn't have an LLC that had, actual taxes done for it in the past 2 years. So, like I said, I don't regret it for a second.
Yeah, I still got to do that, be honest, because I don't have one.
Go for it, man. Go for it. I say go
maybe
for it.
I have to hire you. Yeah.
Hey, you ain't got my number, man. Hit me. I spill the beans.
I appreciate that, man. We got a question here. So again, for all those that are here live, drop your questions before we head out. Bufo on the Beat says, does he have a strong YouTube presence? If so, does he feel like it's a major part of where his traffic is coming from?
Yeah. I got a big YouTube following. Definitely started at first with the beats, and then as I got more into the violin, I started doing a lot of covers, and then my covers started going crazy on YouTube. So then it definitely was like, thing that brought it all full circle. It definitely is a major part. Most of my traffic, it depends on what traffic for what. Traffic for beats, traffic for hiring me as a violinist, traffic for mixing. So it's like, we're talking about beats, I say most of my traffic now is word of mouth at this point. You know what I'm saying? Word of mouth. YouTube definitely helps. And Instagram, of course. I still have fans from back on SoundClick days, if people even remember what that is. So they still
You're on there?
yeah, man. I was on there, man. I was doing my thing. I think my page right now has like 2 million plays still on it right now, something like that. I mean, I'm not really updated, but yeah, so people followed me from SoundClick to BeatStars and like all these other things that I'm doing. So, that's what it is. With violin, people booking me and stuff like that. YouTube for sure. I do Google ads, you know what I'm saying? So I got little ads out there. I do Facebook ads too. And then I have an email list for both beats, which is separate from my email list for violin. So I have email lists that I'm, actively, taking care of.
Got you. And what is your YouTube channel? I'm trying to find it now.
Oh, it's 2 ways to get to it. You get to search Marvillous Beats, spelled the way it is on YouTube. It should come up like that's the name of the channel. Or if you go to my website, marvbeats.com, just click that YouTube icon at the top. It'll take you there too.
Okay, cool. And what are some of the features that that you like about BeatStars? Like what are some things that your go-tos or that you use or appreciate?
The fact that the widget for the player is, and the fact that just having that whole store, and putting it into my website, by far is like, to me, is amazing, because I, as a host for my website, I use Wix, and like there's no way in hell you can put together a beat store with the stuff that Wix has. Like it's more like you're just selling singles on Wix, like they're designed for that. But like to have a whole beat store with options for each MP3 you have, or wave, or track files, and it would take forever, and it'd probably be like a long page. Like no, BeatStars, the player, the licenses, it all consolidates it. It makes it very simple for you to either use BeatStars as your actual page, or widget them into your joint. So by far, that's like the biggest thing. And then of course the community with BeatStars, people like yourself, DJ Phanatic, and being able to actually go to a meetup and meet Abe. You know what I'm saying? Like how many times can you go to any function that a website or a big company is doing and meet CEO? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that was actually crazy to me. Like I was like, I came and I was like, wow, that's really him. I was just like, all right, cool. This is dope. Like this is for real. Like this is a community. So by far the widget play and the actual community being built around, like I said, everybody from you to DJ Pain One all the way across the board. Like it's amazing, man. It's amazing what BeatStars is doing.
We really appreciate that, man. It means a lot, because I really wanted people to see Abe in person, and get that one-on-one interaction, and it was very powerful for a lot of people, because like when they see people online, they just see people online, but when you meet in person, it's totally different. Like you're human, bro. Thanks for coming.
That's how it felt. I mean, obviously BeatStars not yet is at the level of Apple. I'm sure they'll get to some crazy level like that, but it was like kind of going and seeing Steve Jobs, like talking to you about like, yo, like here's Apple. Like, what? That's crazy.
Yeah, this year is gonna be amazing, bro. Yeah.
I need this pandemic to go away. Like,
yeah.
Like, seriously.
Yeah. I think we have some more questions, so let me see. My traffic. Where do you get most of your traffic from? Let me ask you that.
Most of my traffic. So they kind of like us piggybacking off that last thing. So if we're talking about beats, strictly beats, at this point in my career, it's a mixture of word of mouth for me, just working with a lot of people in my town, that kind of thing, the band, just my whole brand in general, or I'd say a mixture of YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. So if we're talking about violin, it's super duper word of mouth right now. YouTube because of my covers, and I'm on talent websites. One of the most popular. I'll give you some juice right now. If any of y'all are musicians and you're willing to go out there and service your community, go on a website. This website called Gig Salad. GigSalad.com.
I heard of that. Yeah.
It's man. Let me tell you, man. Maybe 40 to 50% of my leads come from that one website, and their pricing is very competitive. I was on recently. I just finished my contract with Wedding Wire and The Knot.
Same here.
I'm like super happy I'm done with that contract.
All right, let's stop calling out people. Let's
not go viral for the wrong reasons now. So moving forward, go check out Gig Salad for your traffic, and use ads, man. If you have a little change to put away, at least $30 a month, do your $1 a day ad. Start wide, just start chopping it down as you get your results back, and optimize it, and it's a good way to start, man.
And what are some of your goals in the next, like, let's say 3 years or so? Like, what are some of the goals that you haven't accomplished? Because you've done a lot, man.
Yeah. My goals are to I want to break an artist for real. Like I want to, like, you know what I mean? Like I was definitely, I have like 3 ladies that I'm working with right now, separate artists, but I'm sending them beats, and we're working in the studio, I'm writing records with them, and like I've always wanted to break an artist, man. I haven't really broken artists, like being like, oh, I produce like 25 to 50% of this person's catalog, and they're doing it. You know what I mean? I need that. And I definitely want to somehow get myself into like a Grammy nomination for real, whether that's as a producer or as a songwriter or as an engineer. Like I don't want to win. I just want to get nominated. Like just I'll take win. Yeah, I'm gonna win. Yeah, but I'm a baby step guy. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, I got nominated. That's cool. I'm happy. Let's do it. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then just continue to build and expand the Marv brand. I do see Marvillous Beats, becoming like under the umbrella of Marv. I think Marv, MARV. I see a Marv Incorporated down the line. I see a Marv, and company, Marv partner kind of thing. So like, branching out a little further than just simply music beats. Maybe it's like music equipment. Maybe it's music education. That kind of thing.
Plugins, VSTs,
Plugins. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So
violin plugins, violin VSTs. You can do that.
Violin plugins, man.
Yeah.
Yo,
You know what I'm saying?
all that, man. So that, making more musical cores, continuing to just expand the brands, and to continue on my personal journey of financial freedom and pursuing these passive income situations, more of those.
Yeah, definitely. Entrepreneurship, basically. I got you.
Oh, yeah.
Where can people follow you, find your music? What do you got going on this year? Let's do the first part first. where can people find you and follow you and listen to your music?
The hub is marvbeats.com. That is like where it all happens. marvbeats.com. That's M as in Mary, A R as in Robert, V as in Victory, B as in Ball, E A T as in Tom, S as in Sam. marvbeats.com. Social media is there. Contact me for bookings. Beats are on there. The sweater, the merch is on there. Anything you need from me is on marvbeats.com. My phone number is there. Like, go, just go.
And on the BeatStars platform, he has Marvillous Beats. That's where you can find him. Marvillous Beats, spelled. You see it right here on the screen. So, yeah. So yeah, there's something else I was gonna ask. He's like everywhere on the site, man. There we go. Did we have any more questions? Marv's Gentlemen's Club.
I'm with it. I'm with that.
That's so funny. Man. Do you have any words of advice for producers that haven't really reached that where they want to be? Like, you were just starting out. Do you have any type of advice or words of encouragement, being in this type of community, in this type of business? Anything comes to mind?
Yeah, absolutely. You are in probably one of the best times to me to ever do this music creation thing, because it's so easy to monetize what you do. It's not going to come overnight. You're going to start with, getting 5-10 cents a month at first for monetizing, but you just be confident in the journey that you can turn that 5 cents into $5, not $5 into 50. You just got to keep building it. There's a lot of ways to, and this is obviously for the people who want to do this as a living, who want to pursue a career. This is not for hobbyists. I'm not talking about hobbyists. I'm talking about people who really want to do this. You're in a great time. There's tons of people who are teaching things like how to mix better, how to produce better, how to network better. People have academies. I'm part of like 2 different academies. One is Bricks. I don't know if y'all know Bricks, the producer. His academy is dope as hell. I'm sure you'll follow these channels like BeatStars, for example. I follow people like Paying One and BeatStars, and they're giving out all this information, all this drip, man, for free. Like,
yeah, shout out to Paying One. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, you just stay locked in, stay confident. Also, find a good mix between making what you like and making what is actually selling on the market. Find a good mix. You know what I'm saying? And that's crucial. Just, you're a business. Remember that you're a business, so you got to compete in the market. So, you know what I mean? Just be smart, be a business, and be confident, because you're doing it at a good time. And I think that's all you really need to hear from me, honestly, because everything else is, because I don't know you well enough to know all the variables that surround your life and your artistry. So all you really need to know is that you're in a good time to do it. There is a market for it, and there's plenty of resources for you. So just keep going.
Yeah. Good job, man. Good advice. Yeah, you said a lot in there, and everyone's at different levels. And some people are not as ambitious. You know, some people,
I can't help you with ambition. No matter what I say to you, that's one
and
thing I can help you, man. If Gary, I think it was Gary Vee that said it. If somebody has to motivate you to be an entrepreneur or to do your business, it's not for you. It's probably not for you. I know that's
yeah,
the truth. Times there's days when I'm down and I do not feel like touching a string, plucking nothing. But I know that maybe tomorrow I will. So I go through the waves. I ride it. It's cool. It's all good. But
right.
you can't be dependent too much on exterior stuff to get you driven. He's got to come from inside, man.
Go ahead, go ahead. That's a good close, man. That's golden. We're gonna take that segment and snap that last one right there. It, exterior things you got to take from what's inside. Exactly. Before we leave, there's something we didn't even mention. You touched on it, and I forgot to ask you to talk about it. But you ended up on stage with Wale, and it was a big moment in your career.
It was the moment in my career. Like,
give a really
based on
short
what rolled
version.
off of that. Okay, quick version. Remember I told you I'm a street performer, lead drummer, that kind of stuff. Yeah, I was in the street playing in Silver Spring in 2016, going into my senior year of college. Was in between internships, architecture internships. I got fired from one of my architecture internships because I had to sell my car. I couldn't do the work anymore. So while I was in between jobs, I started playing in the streets in Silver Spring, Maryland, which is right outside DC. A large gentleman, a large Muslim gentleman, came and watched me play. Turned out that he was actually shout out to Big E, the bodyguard. Like, he literally is like, was my in pretty much for everything. And he sat there and watched me play, was very impressed, and introduced himself as Wale's bodyguard. I did go through a time of not believing him until he proved it. But once he did, I didn't hear from him for like 5 months. He hit me up in December of 2016 to go rehearse with Wale's band because they're doing their annual New Year's Day show at the Fillmore in Silver Spring. So I went to the rehearsal. I rehearsed with Wale and his band for a whole week. Then we did the show, and it was like the craziest experience of my life. Like, I met Dave East backstage. I met Ari Lennox backstage. I met Eric Bellinger backstage.
You met Ari Lennox? Oh,
yeah, Ari Lennox backstage. Yeah,
wow.
And it's like, it was it. After I did that and killed it, it's Marv. I became Marv today, like almost now. Like the gigs started rolling in. Later on, I was able to get myself on NPR Tiny Desk, and I definitely think that stemmed from
with Gold. Yeah, GoldLink. Yeah.
So if anybody watching this, NPR, go to watch GoldLink. You'll see me back there on my black violin doing my thing. So this all was just like this, you know what I mean? It just kept going from that whole Wale situation. I'm forever thankful. I'm still close with, with Big E. We talk, what I'm saying? So it's all love. Wale's DJ Money. He still hits me up for stuff with other artists in the studio. So I go play some strings. So I was just, luckily, like I said, this is all the reason why I did the LLC and I did things like that. 'Cause I'm like, yo, this is real now. So yeah, I went and did
it. yeah, man. You legalize it. Your legal aspect is so important. That's sometimes the foundation. Because we're so like eager to do the creative part. That's natural. But you forget about legal stuff, and you think about Motown and like all the older, like when urban music was like really popping, like people, a lot of artists were getting taken advantage of because of their talent, and they didn't know the legal part. They're totally not knowledgeable of contracts, of having lawyers, or representation, and all that. And a lot of people ate off of other people. You know what I'm saying?
That's an understatement, man.
And they still are.
Robbery, bro.
So the legal aspect is so important, but don't let it hold you back. Some people are so, and they, don't have, as much growth. You know what I'm saying? They prevent themselves from growing because they're so like, I'm scared to put my music online because, such and such. But you never put one beat online, so you're hurting yourself almost. So you gotta have a balance, basically. Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
But
you gotta put yourself out there, man. Gotta put yourself out there. If I wasn't on that street, Big E wouldn't have found me and introduced me to Wale. If I didn't have my beats on SoundClick, I would have never got my first placement with Tory Lanez.
Yes, sir. See, now we're tapping into stuff I forgot to mention on. But we could talk for a little longer, man. But yeah, thank you for sharing that, man. And the Tiny Desk thing was crazy because I watched Tiny Desk and I saw you on there. And
it was crazy.
I was like, oh, that's that dude.
That dude.
Right. And I've been playing Gold Link, that song, like way before like DC even like, yeah, because
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
he was a day one. That's what's up.
Yeah, that was a monster because I knew right away, and I was like, "Yo, DC's gonna love this area." And I think I had at least 4 months because I'm record pool and I get a lot of stuff in advance and all that. And I was like, "This is the one." And then DC started catching on. I was like, "I told you." So yeah. But man, yeah, thank you for being on the show, man. I can talk to you for another hour, but you know, yeah.
I don't think they would be happy with you.
Yeah, I don't think they would. So shout out to the whole BeatStars family. Shout out to Abe. Shout out to everybody, man. The customer success team, really appreciate it. So yeah, man. And thank you for being open to being on the show and sharing your experience and your music. And we wish you nothing but more success to come. We'll do a revision, and you know we'll see what's popping. You know,
yeah, we'll check in, man. We'll check in.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll team up. You know, if I decide to pull the turntables out and DJ somewhere, you know, you can do a violin thing. You know,
and, man, let me know. That'd be lit, man. Oh man, let me know.
yeah, for sure, man. Well, all right, take care of yourself, man, and thanks again. And just hang on tight, right quick. Mm-hmm. All right, folks, thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining all of us. Have a blessed day, and we'll check you out on next Sunday Sounds.